Hey guys, and welcome to the first day of our holiday Bible club for 2020.
Yeah, it's so exciting to be here with everyone from their houses, from just in Newtonards or further afield, and even up Scrabo. My name's Lydia.
And I'm Connor, and we are really looking forward to sharing in the fun and games all of this week.
Yeah, we are so excited, and we want to see what you guys are up to, so make sure throughout the days you take lots of pictures and videos of what you're up to and get your parents to post them on the Facebook page.
Yeah, and we also have an activity book that's hopefully been sent to your houses, but we'll explain a wee bit more about that just a bit later. So, now that that's done, Lydia, I'm away off fishing.
Wait, you're going fishing now?
Yeah, Lydia, I've already told you this. The theme for this year's Holiday Bible Club is Gone Fishing.
Oh yeah, so it is, it's fishing. Forgot about that.
Look. How about we sing a song first to get into the swing of things for this year?
Definitely, that sounds like a plan.
So, we're going to sing Rainbow now, and we'll make sure you remember to do all the actions and join in with all the fun.
Yeah, I love that song, let's do it.
It's not a secret, it's not a fairy tale, it's not made up. Jonah was in a whale. 3 whole days, 1, 2, 3. The greatest treasure, the word God's people wrote. It's in the Bible, when Noah built a boat. And it rained and rained. Are you ready? The rainbows in the sky to show God's promises are true. The rainbows in the sky to show the world He's the only way for your everyday. It's not a secret, it's not a fairy tale, it's not made up. Jonah was in a whale. 3 whole days, 1, 2, 3. The greatest treasure, the word God's people wrote. It's in the Bible, when Noah built a boat. And it rained and rained. The rainbows in the sky to show God's promises are true. The rainbows in the sky to show the world He's the only way. The rainbows in the sky to show God's promises are true. The rainbows in the sky to show the world He's the only way for your everyday. Now this side, give me a scream if you're having fun. This side, give me a scream if you're having fun. The rainbows in the sky to show God's promises are true. The rainbows in the sky to show the world He's the only way. The rainbows in the sky to show God's promises are true. The rainbows in the sky to show the world He's the only way. The rainbows in the sky to show God's promises are true. The rainbows in the sky to show the world He's the only way for your everyday. He's the only way.
So, Connor, fishing, really?
Yeah, you know, Lydia, I've done a lot of sports in my day, but at the moment, I'm just loving my fishing.
Really, I mean, I'm sure the boys and girls will agree with me, but I thought golf was boring, never mind fishing.
See, that's the thing. A lot of people seem to think that fishing is boring, but they could not be further from the truth. It is an intense sport. In fact, I think before we start, Lydia, we need to get warmed up. So why don't we play a game with our friend Paul?
Really? You know what? Let's do it. Paul, bring it on.
Hey boys and girls, my name is Fisherman Paul, and I'm going to be taking you for the games this week. As you can see, I've just been back from a bit of fishing there this morning, so I've caught 2 fish, so I'm really happy then that I've caught 2 fish. Now, I started fishing whenever I was around 11 or 12, so maybe just a wee bit older than you, and I used to go fishing with some of my best friends in Bangor. Would have went fishing when I was in Portrush on my holidays, and also over in Ballywalter at the beach there, maybe with the wee net looking for some fish or some crabs as well. So a lot of good memories of going fishing, and of course our Holiday Bible Club this week is gone fishing. Now in today's story, Connor is going to be telling you a story about some fishermen. Now they were professional full-time fishermen, not like me, I'm an amateur. But you're going to be hearing a wee bit later on about some real fishermen, which will be really exciting. Okay. Now I was thinking it would be great to be able to teach you how to fish, but I'm probably not really the best person qualified to be able to teach you. So what I thought for our first game today, then what we could do is we're going to teach you a game which is hopefully going to teach you the name of some different types of fish. It's going to be called fish aerobics. So for each name that I mention, you're going to then have to do an exercise for it. So let's have a look and see what some of the fish are, okay? So the first one then is going to be a starfish. I'm sure you all recognise this, maybe in the likes of rock pools, okay? You'll all recognise they're lovely in colour with the orange. That's the first one. We're going to be doing an exercise and I'll show you outside in a wee minute or two. Second one that we're going to be doing is a jellyfish, okay? So we're going to be doing, and I remember going over to Grimsport Beach walking my dog a couple of weeks ago and it was covered in jellyfish. They're not something that you want to pick up or stand on in case you get stung. The third one then is a clownfish. Now you probably all recognise this one from the film Finding Nemo or Dory as well then, okay? So lovely colour, look at the colours in the clownfish. We're going to be doing an exercise for that. The next one then is, I'm not sure if you've ever heard it, but it's called the Siamese fighting fish. You'll see there's two of them here, and these fish are very territorial, and sometimes they will even fight because of holding on to their territory, and maybe if somebody wants to get a female fish as well. So we'll be doing an exercise for that. Then we've got a catfish there, really big fish. You can see the whiskers a bit like a cat, okay? So we'll be doing an exercise for that one. And then the last one, now you probably might even struggle to see, but it's a flatfish. And they camouflage themselves. They lie on the seabed, and sometimes you wouldn't even know that they're there until maybe they go up and move because they're so camouflaged on the seabed. So that'll be the last one that we're doing. So what we're going to do is we're going to go outside and we'll demonstrate the actions and we'll have a go at playing the games. You need to make sure, give yourself a bit of room, whether you want to do it inside or whether you want to be able to do it outside, but we'll show you the actions. Good to see you. So we're out in the back garden and we're going to explain how fish aerobics works. So first one then is a starfish. So when I say starfish, what you need to get down, big spring up into a star shape. So maybe do a couple of those, that'll get you moving. Second one then, after the starfish, we've got a jellyfish. So a jellyfish then, so what we're going to do is we're going to wobble about like a jelly, okay? Just really wobbling about like a jelly would, jelly and ice cream. Okay, next one is clownfish. So I want you to do a funny face then, just like you would to make somebody laugh, okay? So okay, right, we've got Siamese fighting fish, so it's going to be right jab, uppercut, right jab, uppercut. Okay, we've got a catfish, so get the claws out and meow. Okay, and then the last one we've got is a flatfish. They were the ones that were on the ground on the seabed, so just flat, totally still. Okay, right, Gillian.
Right.
We're ready to go, okay?
Okay, you ready
Yes.
for this game?
Here we go.
So, on your marks, get set, go. So, catfish,
Catfish.
flatfish,
Flatfish.
Siamese fighting fish,
Right jab, left jab, uppercut, right jab, left jab, uppercut.
catfish,
Catfish.
flatfish,
Flatfish.
jellyfish,
Jellyfish.
catfish,
Catfish.
flatfish,
Is that flat?
fighting fish,
Fighting fish. Right jab.
jellyfish.
Jellyfish.
Have I forgotten any fish?
Let me see. Starfish. Have we done it?
Starfish,
Starfish. Wow.
flatfish,
Oh, into the flatfish.
and to finish with starfish.
Starfish. Oh, boy's a boy. Right, that'll get the heart moving, okay? So, hope you enjoyed that. Now, each day, we're going to do a challenge. Let me just bear with me. And we are going to have some prizes. Now, the challenge, it's going to be called Fishing for prizes. It's competition time. Fishing for prizes. It's competition time. Na 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 na. Whew. And today we have got 2 clownfish as a prizes. So what I want you to do then, boys and girls, then is if you can send in a video. Now it's on the comments section on the First Stars Holiday Bible Club 2020 page. Post a video and I want you to come up with a different action of a new fish, a different fish, and come up with an action, post it on, and I'm going to pick the 2 best ones that I think are the 2 best, and you will win the 2 clownfish. So pop that on. Looking forward to seeing what you come up with, and with the 2 new actions. Put a wee video on of you doing the name of the fish and the actions, and we'll see how you get on. Okay, so enjoy the rest of the day. All right, thank you.
Wow, thanks Paul, that was super fun doing that game, and me and Lydia will be sure to post our response to the challenge. But guys, make sure you also post that as well, and we're really looking forward to seeing all your weird and wonderful fish and wacky actions as well.
Oh yeah, totally. I can't wait, Connor, to see them all. But Connor, see this whole fishing thing, I'm still a little bit worried about it. Like, I'm just worried in case I'm not going to be able to do it.
Like Lydia, we've all got to start somewhere, and you know, even I could teach you.
Oh, do you know what, Connor? That would be so good. But we're not just here to see me learn to fish this week. We're here to learn about something else.
That's right. So this week we're going to be learning about a man called Jesus. And tonight's story actually has fishing in it as well.
Whoa, seriously, that's really cool, Connor. Maybe this fishing thing is going to be really good after all. But here, before we go on, I hear you're going to be telling us the story
It's true,
tonight.
yeah.
That's really awesome. So here, I'm just going to pray for you before we hear our story. So guys, let's put our hands together and let's pray. Dear God, thank you so much that we have this week where we can come together and have fun. God, so I pray that you'll be with Connor as he comes to speak to us. And please just give us ears that are able to listen to what you have to say and teach us from your word today. Amen.
Hello boys and girls, it's a bit of a change of scenery from me being at the top of Scrabble, and thank you Lydia for praying. That's something that's so important, and we're going to keep doing that for everybody who's speaking during the week. But I am super excited to bring you guys tonight's story. So tonight's story takes place in a place called Galilee, the Sea of Galilee, and that's a little lake in the middle of Israel. And in tonight's story we have 5 characters, just 5, and I want to challenge you guys to see if you can remember their names. So we have Andrew, we have Peter, we have John, and we have James, and we also have our most important person, who is Jesus. So tonight's story starts off with Jesus walking round the Sea of Galilee. He's walking round the side, and he sees this boat out on the lake, and he calls over to them, and he's calling out to Peter and Andrew, who are 2 fishermen. So guys, I think I'm a pretty good fisherman. I think I know my stuff. I'm looking forward to teaching Lydia, and it's super exciting. But these guys were so much better than me. They did this every single day, out in their boats catching fish. This is what their jobs were. So anyway, Jesus calls out to them onto the boat and says this strange thing to them. He says, "Come follow me, and I will send you out to fish for people." Now, I didn't think you were able to fish for people, but I'll come back to that a wee bit later. But anyway, guess what the guys do? They listen to Jesus and they follow him. They come follow him and they give up everything they have. Now that's not where our story ends tonight, because a little bit later, maybe a little bit further round the lake, Jesus sees another boat, and on that were James and John. And James and John were also fishermen. They were the sons of Zebedee. Isn't Zebedee a cool name? I thought that was a cool name. But they were the sons of Zebedee, and Jesus says the same thing to them. He says, "Come follow me." And guess what? Not just Peter and Andrew, but also James and John. They give up everything they have to come follow Jesus. Everything they've ever earned, everything, their boat, their fish, just everything. They all put it to the side and follow Jesus. Now, I don't know about you guys, but if I'm with my mum and dad and they tell me we're going on a journey, I always want to know where we're going. I want to know where we're going, what we're doing, how far away it is, how long we'll be away for. I always like to ask questions. So whenever I read this story in the Bible and heard that these guys just gave up everything without asking questions to follow Jesus, I got a bit suspicious. So I think that this is a job for Inspector Tweety, to go there, ask them some questions, and find out just what's going on.
Okay guys, Inspector Tweedy is on the case. I'm here with two of the suspects from today's story, and really guys, I'm just going to ask you to start. Who are you? And just tell me a wee bit about yourself, okay?
Hi. Well, I'm John Swam, son of Zebedee, brother of James as well, and I'm a fisher. Fishing.
Very
We
good.
fish.
Very good. And you, sir?
I'm Peter, brother of Andrew, of course, and yeah, I'm a fisherman too, same with John over here, and I love chocolate chip cookies.
That's brilliant. Thank you, Peter, for that random fact. So as far as I'm aware, guys, today, this man called Jesus, he comes and he talks to you, and you somehow end up following him. But you know, was he a friend? Was he your best mate or something? Did you know him from before, or what was the situation?
Didn't know him. I heard of him, so I have. Never seen him, never met him.
Right. Okay. And
No,
you, Peter?
I've never seen the man in my life.
Okay, but you did end up following. So you know, did he at least give you a real detailed explanation of where you're going, what you're going to do, the fun you're going to have, what you're going to learn?
No.
No directions.
Didn't say where we're going. Not a clue where I was going.
The only instructions he gave us was just to come follow him. That was it.
And we did. That's what I
Okay,
did.
so you're telling me you don't know where you're going, but you've followed him anyway. Okay,
Yeah.
so did he at least you've clearly left everything behind you? Did he at least give you some money, tell you can take some stuff with you, or what's the situation?
Not a penny. Not a penny. And all my stuff back home. Don't have any of it.
So,
Left it all.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been nice if he gave us some money, but we just left all our stuff.
you just
And-
left everything behind?
Yeah. I
Oh,
suppose.
so, guys, from what you're telling me, it makes no sense why you would have left. Why have you ended up following this man, Jesus?
Well, he's just different.
Yeah, there's just something about him, something
Yeah.
special. Yeah.
The things he says, you think
Oh,
you
yeah.
could learn things from him.
Yeah, there's that thing he said. What was it? We were going to go out and be
Fishing.
fishers of people.
Fishers of
Yeah,
people.
as a fisherman, you usually fish for fish. So it was very strange, but very
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, so really, you want to see what you can learn from him as you
Yeah.
follow him. Right.
Mhm.
Well, that's great, guys. Thank you so much for your time. I'll let you get back to him now, but really appreciate that. I've learned a lot from it.
No problem. My
Thanks,
pleasure.
No problem.
Well, there you have it, guys. There was nothing special about how Jesus looked. He didn't tell the disciples where they were going. He didn't maybe give them a gift, to really persuade them to go. These guys didn't know him. Yet whenever he said, "Come follow me," they gave up everything they had to follow him. I wonder if you guys can think of your favourite item in your house. It might be a toy, it might be something else, but something that you would really, really hate to give up. I wonder if I then told you that we were going to go on a journey. It might not be a fun journey. It might not be very long. In fact, it might just be down to the park for the day. But if you want to go on this journey, you'd have to give up that toy and you'd never get it back. I'd say most of you, nearly everybody, wouldn't think that's worthwhile. You would say, no way, especially if you didn't know where we were going. But yet, these disciples gave up everything to follow Jesus because they knew there was something special about him. In fact, the only guarantee that Jesus gave to these men was that he would send them out to fish for people. He guaranteed the disciples that he would teach them things and that in following him, they would learn about what he can do, about what he knows. And actually, the word disciple, which is what these men became whenever they chose to follow Jesus, that means a follower of a teacher. So Jesus was going to teach these men what he knew as they followed him and lived life with him. And that's something that didn't just happen back 100 years ago. It's something that happens today. Jesus asks us to follow him today. Now, these disciples, they gave up absolutely everything they had to follow Jesus. And Jesus doesn't ask us to give up everything he has. He doesn't ask us to leave our houses, our families. But we may have to sacrifice some things to follow him. We might have to sacrifice some things to learn about him and live life knowing Jesus. See, in order for us to follow Jesus, we should want to put him first. And putting Him first can be difficult sometimes, because putting Him first might mean giving up things that secretly we maybe quite like doing, but we know is wrong. See, Jesus was perfect, and Jesus wants us to live a life like He lived. He wants us to live as close to what He did as we can. And sometimes that might mean giving up things that we don't want to. It might mean not stealing that little bit of food that you really secretly want, but you know it's wrong. It might even mean if your brother and sister's being cheeky to you, that you're not allowed to be cheeky back. And sometimes those things can be really tough. And sometimes it can be really tempting to just be a bit selfish, or even just follow the crowd and go along with what everybody else is doing, even if that's not necessarily the best thing to do. But we're also told in the Bible that we don't have to do that on our own. That just as Jesus calls us to follow Him, He will also be with us to help Him out as we go along with that. So tonight Jesus has called us to follow Him, just as He called the disciples to follow Him too. And that's something that this week we're going to explore a wee bit more, looking at just what it means to follow Jesus and just how rewarding and how great it is to do so. So thank you guys for listening so well. We'll hand back to me and Lydia.
Oh, Connor, do you know what? That was such an amazing story. Like, how great is it that Jesus calls us to follow Him? Like, that's just incredible. And the disciples, they just dropped everything to follow Him. Do you know what? I really want to be like the disciples and follow Jesus like that, Connor.
Wow, Lydia, that's great, and that's something we should really remember and be thankful to God for. And actually, a really good way that we can say thank you to God is by singing a song. So we're going to sing a song called Jetpack now that's all about following Jesus.
Oh, awesome. I really love that song. And then after we sing the song, our friend Hilary, she's going to come and help us to learn our memory verse for this week, which is really exciting. And it's going to help us also remember our stories as well. So have fun, guys, and we'll see you in a wee bit.
of the world. I will shine your light so all will see your worth. I wanna go where you lead me and let the world
Hi boys and girls, it's lovely to join with you in Holiday Bible Club. My name's Hilary and some of you might recognise me from Holiday Bible Club last year and some of you might know me as Mrs Patton up at Abbey Primary School. So hi there, lovely to be with you tonight and I hope that you're going to have a brilliant week in Holiday Bible Club. First of all, we're going to have a wee game. And when I was thinking of all the games and activities I'd love to do with you, I kind of found it hard to think of one that would work with me just talking and you sitting in your house. So I had a wee look on YouTube and I found this song that I think is really good for our memory verse. Now the memory verse that we're going to learn this week is from Matthew chapter 4 verse 19. And that wee verse says, "Come follow me," Jesus said, "and I will send you out to fish for people." So tonight we're thinking of the first bit of that verse, "Come follow me," Jesus said. And when I was thinking about that, I was thinking, you know, we could have had a really good fun game of follow the leader, or we could have played the game where you sit in a circle and somebody has to leave the room, and when they come in they have to guess who's the leader that's starting off all the actions. But they wouldn't have been any good with me on the phone and you at home. And then I looked on YouTube and I found this Follow Me song. And it's going to come up next. So you're going to have to get up on your feet. You're going to have to look at the screen and try and do the actions and keep up with the dance and sing the words. So have a wee go, and maybe later on today you could get a grown-up to help you play that again on YouTube. And they could maybe video you doing the dance and send it into Facebook. I would love to see that later on if your grown-up said that'd be okay. So have good fun doing that for a wee minute.
Follow the leader, 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 follow the leader. Follow the leader, 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 follow the leader. Follow me. Follow the leader, 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 follow the leader. Follow the leader, 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 follow the leader. Hands up, down, up, down. Everybody now, put one hand in the air. One hand in the air. And we go from left to right. Watch this. Left, right. Left, right.
Hi there. Hopefully you had good fun doing the dance and trying to keep up with the leader. It was tricky. You had to really concentrate and you had to watch to see how to do the actions and try to keep up. And in our memory verse today, that we're going to try and learn, we're going to think about the first bit. Come, follow me, Jesus said. And we're going to try and remember those words and understand that just like in the video, the leader is the person that you have to watch and you have to try and follow and you have to try and be like that person. And in this verse, Jesus is telling us that we have to follow him. And if you're going to follow Jesus, you have to know all about him. You have to think when you go to do anything, any actions that you have, the things that you say, the way you behave, you have to think, is that what Jesus would have done? And if he was here, is that what he would be doing? Because he is the leader, he's God's son, and he's the one that we want to try and be like. And if you're following the leader, you're trying to be like that person. Now, sometimes you might make a mistake and you can't keep up and you think, I've got it all wrong, I can't do it. But that's okay, because it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to get things wrong and to say sorry and ask God to forgive us. And then you just keep on trying. You keep on trying to do it better the next time. And just like the little video tonight, the first time you do it, at the beginning it's really hard. You can't do it properly. You can't keep up. But the more you concentrate on the leader and the more you learn about the leader, from the leader, the better you will be. And that's a bit like us with our knowledge about God and our faith. You have to watch Jesus. You have to learn more about him by reading your Bible and going to GB and BB in church and finding out more about him. And then you'll find it easier then to be the kind of person that Jesus would want you to be. And what I want you to do now is I want you to see if you can watch the actions that I'm going to do, and that'll help you to remember this part of the verse. And then later on in the week, some more grown-ups will come along and tell you about the rest of the words in the verse. So it starts off with come. And I thought, I love actions. I teach P1 and I always think if you have an action, it helps you to remember something. So come, just bring your hand towards you like this for come. And then you need your thumb and use your other thumb and you do a circle for follow me. Jesus said. Okay, let's try that again. So it goes come, follow me, Jesus said. And by the end of the week, you'll be able to say all of that verse really well. And as you say that verse, I want you to think about what does it mean. Just like in our video, you watch the leader and you try to follow them. Well, our leader as Christians is Jesus, and he's the one that we want to find out more about. We want to watch and we want to be like him and do the things that he did.
Thanks, Hilary. That was a really good start to our memory verse.
So good.
So I'm going to be practicing that until I get it down. What do you reckon, lady? Do you think you'll get it?
Do you know what, Connor? It's going to be no bother for me. I reckon I'll totally be able to remember that. But guys, we're coming to the end of our first day of the Holy Bible Club this week, which is really sad. But there's still other things that we can do throughout the day now.
That's right, lady. So the activity book that I mentioned at the start of the video, you can complete now this video is done. So day one, you can flick over and we're going to have you going around a maze trying to find your way out. And it's going to be super fun to complete at home. But that's day one done, lady. So what do you reckon? Do you think fishing's for you?
Do you know what, Connor? I reckon tomorrow we could give it a go. What about that?
Sounds good. So we will see you guys then. Bye.
Yeah, see you tomorrow.